Macca eventually safely into the next round. 3-2. Your thoughts?
Yeah. First and foremost, pleased that we're through. It's good to win back-to-back games as well for the first time this season, and get a little bit of reward for what the lads are doing in terms of improving week in, week out, taking on board what we're asking them to do and executing a good plan, especially in the first half. I thought that the way that the boys set up to defend their passing game allowed us to win the ball back several times and cause them problems from that area, and so much so they tended to go a little bit longer in the second half, and that's one of the biggest compliments you could be paid from an opposing manager is where they stop doing what they're used to doing. So yeah, it's really pleasing. I felt early in the second half, we spoke to them about at half time that there's going to be a little bit of a reaction from the opposition. Can we raise it and go again? And to get that early goal in the second half, I thought was really key, and it gave us an opportunity to be a little bit more settled, a little bit more controlled in the game. But we don't make things easy for ourselves. Just when you think we're comfortable, again we give the opposition an opportunity to score, but also a little bit of energy and extra spring in their step to try and push for an equaliser. But the main thing, after that little 10-minute spell, I felt that the players reacted really well, regained that control and wrestled it back in a great way, and saw us home comfortably. So really pleasing day today.
The first couple of goals, Dylan's great run finish, Mikey's great strike, but are we also guilty of missing some other clinical chances, especially in the second half?
Absolutely. I mean, when they equalised, there was a little bit of a wry smile from myself and Peake's, kind of thinking, is this Basingstoke all over again, where we massively dominate, create a lot of chances that we should be making more of them. But the boys kept going, kept creating, and kept believing, and eventually getting that 2-goal lead early in the second half gave us an opportunity to take a little bit of control back. But like I said, that it's always tricky against an opposition that you haven't come across before, don't know too much about, but as much research as we could do, we knew that they would try and play, and we thought that if we set up in the right way, we could really capitalise from that, and that really helped us in the first half wrestle that control of the game early on and see us into a good position at half time.
You inherited a squad, obviously. Did you know much about? I just want to touch on Mikey Williams, playing left back this season. Scored a great goal today. But did you know much about him, and what have you learned from him so far this season?
Well, obviously inheriting the players that we've had, we knew a little bit about them. We knew what they were capable of. I mean, the chairman was really great in terms of giving us a little bit more insight into the group. But we'd done our research. We were given the footage of a lot of their games last season, but pre-season played a big part. Pre-season played a big part in getting to know what the players were capable of in certain areas of the pitch, and Mikey's one of those players who understands the game incredibly well, and he was one of the players right from the very start that was really keen to get to grips with how we wanted to play, and he shows a very good understanding when to invert, when to go high, when to be aggressive in an attack, and he showed today that when Dylan pressed, he backed him up and picked up the ball, and the way he walked onto that finish and struck it clean as a whistle, I wasn't surprised it flew in, because he's got that technical ability as well, and that little bit of quality helps us progress up the pitch, but also allows Dylan to express himself, and they've been a fantastic little partnership so far this season.
Got to finish on next week. Can we kind of call this a dress rehearsal for the big one next week? I know it's a game you wanted to win and did, but all eyes on next week now. FA Cup, bit of history again. Argyle on the break, could be a good crowd here.
Well, hopefully, it's really important off the back of last week to back that result up with a win and keep that momentum, because it's the club in previous seasons and the back end of last season they've had a tough run, and winning is a habit, and if we can continue to build on our performances and improve, and even kind of find those ways of reducing those mistakes again and kicking on, we're going to turn up next week with a real positivity off the back of 2 cup wins and some very good performances, creating a lot of chances. Like I said in the programme notes today, we've got the wind in our sails, and it's important that we maintain that momentum. We'll work hard as a group of staff this week to get a little bit more of an idea of how Worthing will approach the game, and we'll give the players a little bit of information to try and execute a game plan again and give ourselves the very best chance of making it into the first round.
the media, I think myself and the team will try and big the fixture up as much as possible. If fans are watching this and thinking they might come, they might not, rally cry for you to come and support the lads.
I'd love a big bumper crowd bouncing, giving the boys that little bit of extra energy. And as we always know, the FA Cup's got that little bit of magic. There's cup sets all over the place, and the Bull Ivo next week could be one of those. Please come along and give us every opportunity to make it an even more historical day for the club.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
No worries, thank you.